Everyone love Gugu. You love Gugu. I love Gugu. Gugu did nothing wrong. People just, drove him away. His parents is fucked up. He has family problems. His brothers is fucked up. Deceived him, and got into the problems, being shit, and like get back into being kind of pathetic man. And so it's just record of episode 8 later because I'm kind of lazy right now, so I don't know why I'm just record episode 9 first. But Gugu is helped by Fushi, who is another character in this anime, and Gugu got help by Fushi because he is a monster who roam around and get kidnapped by people because grandpa of Ganbra Bia just Sake grandpa Sake Ojijin just got him alcohol in his stomach, and he think that he is just a toy of the grandpa, and at last he basically he just run away from homes because grandpa is just playing with fuck around with his bodies. And now town people just exactly see him as Kaibutsu, see him as Keimono, see him as a person who is monster, which is kind of cliche in anime because because most anime just like made people so one-sided, so kind of people so like stupid, like one-dimension side characters where people would say this just a man who has a bad face, who has who's have a bad face, or some people call it this is just example, but some people call it ugly. So anime like Villager would treat it just as like really bad crimes or something, which I don't understand these people, and they just go away, which is kind of fuck up. So as Fushi just exactly using commands in Minecraft, give an apple, so he just make an apple exist with his magic, so he can eat it in unlimited food, so it's kind of like Fushi powers is so really dangerous and really OP. Like if he got hit by meteor, if he got hit by meteor or TNT or bomb or something that had or nuclear, like he can create that when they have that stimuli. Like if meteor hit him, like he can just using his command / give meteor one, and destroy the whole village with his commands. Or maybe he can, like maybe he can just maybe that power cannot be that OP, right? So but in this fantasy world there's no grenades, there's no so-called really OP weapons that we use now, like nuclears and stuff. So Fushi just traits Gugu, and let and found the doggies, the doggies which told his past that his mother his mother is a good mother, father a good father, has older sisters and his fucked up brothers, and like the family seems good at face, but at last. So I don't know exactly the reason why, but his he just Gugu maybe have a family problems, or you know his father is marry another person, and you know left, and like they don't tell the truth, because even the hair colors of fathers and mothers is different, is not the same colors. So maybe these twins are the the real son of his new mother, and this mother is rich, and like these people just dump the son, the two son, because they are not the same blood. That's why. That's what I think. And after he got out, his brother deceived him and also fucked it. So basically, and Gugu just helped this, you know, and Gugu just faked to death, just and got deceived, and like helping the princess, the Ojojang, the Reen, as this anime name, help Reen to death, and like basically his life is fucked. He got played by Grandpa Beer to be the just a toys of him. So exactly, Gugu life is just fucked up. So, and that's why I really like Gugu. Gugu is just like, seems like a fucked up boy personality. That's because he lack of warmth in his family. This anime seems at face kind of cliche, kind of tale style of like kids tale style, because some action, some stuff that happening in this anime is kind of unreasonable, I say, at first glance. But if you just kind of ignore that, but focus instead on what the directions of this anime, and this and and kind of ignore the sides of unreasonable actions, but focus on what this anime does, the direction of this anime, what direction of this anime goes. It's kind of amusing, it's kind of entertaining, and it's kind of really good of how I look at it, and it's real fun, as I say. So after Gugu just wake up from his sex life, founding Reen, which is fall from, because that she have the special sense of dog, so she found this dog, and she found Gugu because she have the ability to, she training a lot to finding the lost dog. So exactly, Gugu is just, there's like an argument with Gugu doesn't want to be seen by Reens, which Reens is. So there's an kind of stupid argument about not showing Gugu face, because he just doesn't wanted Reen to feel bad about her faces, uh, because as you can guess, he is in love with Reins, and he doesn't want to show his faces to the Reins. So Fushi just goes out and finding the mask for them. As Rin showing her wands, which is so small, but if you see the wands of uh of him, Gugu, is actually just destroys his face, which is made of a is really heavy. So as you see contrast of the two characters, like Reens, who is born in a rich family, got everything right and stuff, but she doesn't like it, and Gugu, who is and she just still once made her kind of being nervous. So she's actually a really a Georgian type. She's born with everything perfect, but but actually inside she's actually wanted to be alone and stuff. Well, Gugu, his life, trying to find relationship, trying to talking to people, trying to find the so-called homono, the so-called real stuff that Hajiman find, which is actually a real friend, a real family, which is why on the beer praise. And like Gugu, all his life he's just been deceived, you know been wrong, been like a lot of the stuff happening to him, bad stuff. But actually he found pieces in beer house, as he not notice it, that he really have the real family now, family like stuff that doesn't deceive him. But grandpa might just make his long dreams come true with making Gugu to be his Ozaki container, which is alcohol container. So exactly, Gugu is not the type of Gugu is not the type of person that is easily being is not spoiled person. Exactly opposite contrast with a Georgian, which is Gugu fall in love with. So we see that if we just kinda cut the unreasonable stuff of how the progress of the story, you see that the backstory and the contrast, the ideas of the story is quite good. Opposite on ReZero's, which I think that ReZero idea is mediocre, but what really stands out is the executions of ReZero. Like you can rewatch ReZero for the 10th time, and it still just be the same time, the same as you watch the first time. The tension, the everything is there. But so there's rewatchability. But Fumetsu no Anate, I would say the idea of it is above average. It's really great, but the execution is mediocre, which is why people say that Fumetsu no Anate is mediocre. Which is what because this anime is a really kind of boring type of tales style of telling the story. But the ideas of it, the everything, the backstory is really good. So, but where it's like Goku just walk, and it has a lot of convenience, and Goku just walk there and like found a Georgian, and just pictures her as he found be a place. Like there's a lot of convenience, like and there's a lot of convenience in all the anime too, but it is kind of obvious in this anime too. But I'm not blame it. So it's still a good anime. So as a Joshing, which is Rin, you know, told her backstory as she found that he as she found that he is she is think that who Gook, who is preaches her that saved her life, having a grudge with her dad, that making Gugu is quite sad. It is quite I would say not I'd say quite basics drama, so going on here that you can understand easily. So Gugu and Rin just escaped to find Fushi, because she escaped from the fact that her father and her home, her family, just basically finding her because she needs finding her because she just ran away from home, like and these people just finding her, and Gugu and Rin just finding Fushi, but the trio escape from the sister that found finding Rin. Please note that even sister who is in the shores, right? So this fantasy world might be some kind of Christian-ish type of fantasy world. Maybe it's made up of H. So, like, it means that his father has really influence on the village, but we have not seen Rin's house. Yes, means that it has important things to do with it. So as Rin's and Fushi escaped, Fushi just transformed into Mash and deceive the sister, because she's calling her the sister, and so need to help Marsh as distract from them. As Fushi learned to use the emotions as a torture, Rin and Gugu just kinda confused with what happened, as Fushi just screamed, and Fushi just got attacked by a man, man eating, like the villain of the series that trying to impede Fushi transformation, as base of them is confused, as Yuku just make a Choshin escape, and he help Fushi by himself. Fushi, who got stealing forms need to fight with, I would say I would call it the Guardian. So these Guardians, because the name is not yet known, so these Guardians needs to be fight with Gugu and Fushi, and who will win, we find it the next episode. So you can't just follow Fumetsu no Natae in the Anyone Asia channel, as I make the video where to watch free anime then. So until then,